Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of social intelligence, specifically, how to know when someone is lying to you. Everyone lies, from small white lies to big, earth-shattering deceptions. But what if you could spot them? You can. We're going to break down the science, psychology, and yes, the art of detecting lies. But before we get into all that, let's make one thing clear. Not all lies are bad. Lies can protect, they can even save lives. But we're focusing on deception, when someone is purposely misleading you. According to Pamela Meyer in her book Lie Spotting, lying is an attempt to bridge the gap between how we wish to be seen and how we really are. And boy, do we lie a lot. Studies suggest that the average person tells 1 to 2 lies per day. Sounds low, right? But even the small stuff like, "Oh yeah, I've seen that movie," or "I'm fine," counts. Psychologist Robert Feldman, in The Liar in Your Life, explains that humans are wired for deception. It's a survival tool. But when it's used to manipulate or control, that's when we need to start paying attention. Let's break it down. Lying is not just something we do, it's something we experience. Physically, when you lie, your brain works overtime. The prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for decision-making, goes into overdrive trying to keep track of the lie. Meanwhile, stress hormones like cortisol flood your system. And guess what? These internal processes have external signs. For instance, in Paul Ekman's research, yes, the same Paul Ekman who inspired the TV show Lie to Me, he found that our faces often betray us. These are called microexpressions. You can try to control your words, but your face? That's a different story. Now, let's get to the part you've been waiting for. The telltale signs someone's lying to you. According to research from various sources like Ekman, Meyer, and other behavioral psychologists, these are some key indicators. First, body language doesn't match their words. When the body tells one story and the mouth tells another, that's a red flag. Liars often use illustrators, hand movements that help emphasize a point, but they tend to use them inconsistently or in delayed ways. Second, inconsistent details. Liars often struggle with keeping their story straight. Details change or become vague when you ask for clarification. It's like their brain is a hard drive, but it's not writing fast enough. Third, eye contact. You've probably heard that liars avoid eye contact. While that can be true, some liars go the opposite route. Too much eye contact, trying too hard to seem truthful. Fourth, they're overly defensive or evasive. Watch out for people who overreact when you question them or who change the subject quickly. Deflecting attention from the lie can be a sign. And then, microexpressions, the goldmine of truth. As Ekman's research shows, microexpressions, fleeting facial expressions that reveal emotions, are nearly impossible to hide. They can flash in less than a second, but with practice, you can catch them. So, what can you do when you spot some of these signs? You've caught a few indicators. Now what? First, ask follow-up questions. Don't be afraid to dig deeper. Liars often get flustered when you ask for more details. Try open-ended questions to see how they handle them. Second, watch for patterns, not one-offs. Remember, one sign alone doesn't guarantee a lie. Look for clusters of behavior. If they're showing 3 or 4 of these signs, it's more likely they're hiding something. Third, trust your gut. Ever get that uneasy feeling? That's your intuition. As Malcolm Gladwell discusses in Blink, our subconscious picks up on things we don't consciously notice. If something feels off, don't ignore it. Now, here's what not to do. Don't accuse someone without evidence. Jumping to conclusions can backfire. Unless you have solid proof, don't outright accuse someone. This can lead to trust issues and hurt relationships. Also, don't overanalyze every detail. Not everyone showing these signs is lying. Stress, anxiety, or even just being nervous can cause similar behaviors. And finally, don't confront aggressively. Stay calm and collected. If you think someone's lying, ask questions, but don't turn it into a hostile situation. So, there you have it. The art and science of spotting lies, something that takes practice, patience, and most of all, awareness. Lying is a part of human nature, but knowing how to detect it is one step toward mastering social intelligence. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want to see more content on social intelligence and human behavior, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Until next time, stay sharp, stay curious, and don't be fooled.